There's a legend from the shores of South India that has been told for thousands of years, a legend of a land lost to the ocean's depths, hiding untold secrets and wisdom that the world may never see again. It's called Kumari Kandam, a vast, ancient continent that once flourished, teeming with life, knowledge, and culture far beyond its time. Some say this land was home to Tamil civilization itself, a place where art, science, and spirituality reached astonishing heights, and then, one day, it vanished. For the Tamil people, Kumari Kandam isn't just a mythical story. It's a legacy, a memory, something woven into their very identity. Ancient Tamil texts describe it as a magnificent land stretching far beyond the southern tip of India, with towering temples, libraries filled with scrolls of lost knowledge, and cities bustling with scholars, poets, and explorers. The people who lived there were wise, and they revered knowledge, creating what is said to be one of the earliest civilizations on Earth. But what could cause an entire continent to disappear? Ancient Tamil literature and oral traditions speak of terrible events, earthquakes that shook the ground, waves rising as high as mountains, and floods that swallowed the land whole. In a matter of days, Kumari Kandam was gone, submerged forever beneath the ocean's depths. Today, all that remains of this lost land are whispers in ancient texts and fragments of history, tales of a place that may never be seen again, but has lived on for centuries in the stories of the Tamil people. Over the years, many have questioned, was Kumari Kandam real? Could it have been a civilization as advanced as our own? And if it did exist, could it one day reappear, emerging from beneath the waves to reveal secrets beyond our imagination? In this video, we'll explore the legend of Kumari Kandam. We'll dive into ancient Tamil texts, explore the theories surrounding its mysterious destruction, and follow modern-day explorers searching for traces of this lost land. If you're fascinated by hidden histories, unsolved mysteries, and the secrets of the deep, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Join us as we uncover the mysteries of Kumari Kandam. You'll never see the ocean the same way again. To understand the mystery of Kumari Kandam, we need to immerse ourselves in ancient Tamil culture and history. Tamil Nadu, a region in southern India, has been a cultural and historical hub for thousands of years, and for the Tamil people, the legend of Kumari Kandam is both a story of pride and a reminder of an ancestral homeland. According to tradition, Kumari Kandam was a massive landmass south of India, stretching across the Indian Ocean and connecting with distant lands to the south and west. The Tamil people believed that it was here, on this ancient continent, that their ancestors built a great civilization, filled with knowledge, creativity, and power. Ancient Tamil literature provides us with the earliest clues to this legendary land. The Sangam texts, some of the oldest works in Tamil literature, were composed over 2,000 years ago, yet they speak of a land lost long before that. These texts describe a kingdom ruled by the Pandya dynasty, a powerful line of Tamil kings who are said to have reigned over Kumari Kandam. According to the Sangam texts, this dynasty wasn't just political, it was deeply intertwined with Tamil culture, literature, and spirituality. The Pandya kings were patrons of learning, art, and poetry, and their reigns were marked by great assemblies called Sangams. There were 3 major Sangams held in Kumari Kandam, according to legend. The first Sangam, known as the Mudhal Sangam, is said to have lasted for nearly 4,400 years. This was an age of immense creativity and learning, with scholars, poets, and thinkers gathering to share knowledge, record history, and write some of the earliest Tamil literature. It was during this time that the foundations of Tamil culture were laid, and it's said that the texts created during this Sangam period were kept in vast libraries that contained knowledge from medicine and astronomy to literature and philosophy. The second Sangam, held after a devastating flood destroyed much of Kumari Kandam, lasted for another 3,700 years. Though it was a time of rebuilding, the Tamil people continued to thrive, expanding their knowledge and cultural achievements. This Sangam was held in a different part of Kumari Kandam that had escaped the flooding, but once again, disaster struck. The land was ravaged by another massive flood, forcing the survivors to abandon their cities and move further north. Eventually, the third Sangam was held in Tamil Nadu, marking the end of the Kumari Kandam era and the beginning of Tamil history as we know it today. The Sangams were more than just gatherings. They were centers of knowledge and culture where scholars and poets preserved the wisdom of the Tamil people. The works created during these periods have survived to this day, reminding people of the greatness of Tamil culture and the memory of Kumari Kandam. But as the Tamil people moved on, the memory of their lost homeland faded into legend. Kumari Kandam became a symbol of their heritage, an ancestral land that had been swallowed by the ocean but remained forever in their hearts. So, what could have caused the destruction of such a powerful civilization? According to Tamil legend, Kumari Kandam was destroyed by a series of natural disasters. The land was shaken by massive earthquakes, followed by floods that swept across the continent, swallowing cities, temples, and fields. These disasters are sometimes described as divine punishment in Tamil mythology, a warning to humanity about the dangers of hubris and the misuse of power. One scientific theory suggests that if Kumari Kandam existed, its submersion might have been caused by tectonic shifts. India sits on the Indian tectonic plate, which has been moving northward for millions of years. This tectonic activity could have triggered underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions, causing tsunamis and floods that eventually submerged parts of the Indian Ocean seafloor. Additionally, the melting of glaciers after the last ice age, around 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, caused global sea levels to rise. This melting might have flooded low-lying areas across the world, including parts of what could have been Kumari Kandam. While there is no conclusive geological evidence that Kumari Kandam existed, certain underwater findings near the coasts of India and Sri Lanka have fueled speculation. Marine archaeologists have discovered ancient structures submerged beneath the water, including what appears to be the remnants of temples, stone pillars, and cities. One of the most famous examples is the Gulf of Kambat, where an underwater site with artifacts dating back almost 9,500 years was found. Though these findings don't directly prove the existence of Kumari Kandam, they suggest that ancient civilizations may have existed along these coasts, only to be swallowed by rising seas. Let's dive into a mysterious incident tied to Kumari Kandam, one that left an impact on those who encountered it. This story begins with a group of local fishermen from a small coastal village in Tamil Nadu, South India. They had heard stories of Kumari Kandam for generations, passed down from their ancestors. But like most myths, it was distant, almost like a bedtime story. That was until they started noticing strange occurrences off the coast where they usually fished. These fishermen had been working these waters for their entire lives, often venturing far out to sea and returning with their catch before dawn. They knew the currents, the tides, and even the way the ocean sounded on different days. But recently, something felt off. It began with whispers among the fishermen, rumors of a faint, mysterious glow beneath the water that appeared on some nights and vanished by dawn. They thought it might be a school of fish or a strange reflection of the moon. But as days passed, the glow grew brighter and more distinct, forming eerie shapes that looked almost like temples or statues, resting far below the surface. One night, a group of fishermen, driven by curiosity, decided to take a closer look. They sailed out to the spot where the glow was strongest and shone their lights into the water. What they saw chilled them. Beneath the waves, deep below, they could make out shapes that looked like ancient ruins, pillars, arches, and what appeared to be steps leading down into a darker abyss. It was as if an entire city lay beneath them, forgotten and drowned. The fishermen tried to dismiss it as an illusion, something they'd imagined in the dark. But they couldn't shake the feeling that they were staring at something ancient, something real. Then came the night that changed everything. One of the fishermen, casting his net out into the water, felt it catch on something heavy below. He pulled and pulled, struggling as the weight seemed almost too much to bear. When he finally hauled it up, he found that his net had caught a strange object, a stone idol covered in seaweed and barnacles. The idol's face was twisted in a haunting expression, with hollow eyes that seemed to stare right back at him. It looked ancient, unlike anything they'd seen before, with intricate carvings in an unfamiliar style. The fishermen felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The idol seemed to radiate something unsettling, as though it was a relic from a world they had no right to disturb. They quickly released it back into the sea, hoping to put the experience behind them. But the strange events didn't stop. Over the following nights, each of the fishermen reported strange dreams, visions of cities under the sea, of temples where strange rituals were held, and of a deep, ancient voice calling to them from below. Some even claimed to hear voices in the night, whispering in an ancient language, calling them back to the ocean. Their families grew concerned, urging them to stop venturing out to sea, but the fishermen were drawn back, night after night, as though compelled by a force they couldn't explain. And each time they returned to the water, the mysterious glow seemed stronger, the visions clearer, the voices louder. Rumors spread through the village, drawing the attention of researchers and archaeologists who had long been fascinated by the legend of Kumari Kandam. Could these fishermen have stumbled upon a piece of the lost continent, or were they simply caught in the grip of a powerful myth? Legends of Kumari Kandam are as old as the people of Tamil Nadu. To many, this isn't just a story but a memory, something felt in their heritage. For thousands of years, the Tamil people have passed down tales of this sunken land, describing it in vivid detail: massive temples, vast libraries, and golden palaces that shone under the sun. But beyond the grand images lies a darker layer: personal stories of mysterious happenings, of voices that call from the water, and of visions that haunt those who come too close. Local villagers, especially the elders, speak of strange occurrences near the coast. They've heard stories from fishermen who've seen eerie lights moving beneath the waves on quiet nights, and from travelers who feel an unnatural chill when they look out at the horizon. Some say it's just the ocean, playing tricks in the moonlight. But others are convinced it's something else: a lingering presence from Kumari Kandam, a civilization that refuses to fade into history. One elder recounts that his grandfather, a fisherman, once saw shapes beneath the water: stone spires, broken pillars, and staircases, all half buried in sand. Another villager holds a pendant passed down through her family for generations. The elders say it's a charm from Kumari Kandam itself, meant to protect against the spirits of the ocean. For some, Kumari Kandam is as real as the land they stand on, a world just out of reach but always there, watching. The lure of Kumari Kandam has drawn countless explorers, divers, and scientists to the shores of Tamil Nadu, each one hoping to find proof of the legendary land. But some have paid a heavy price. In the late 1980s, a team of divers set out to explore an area where locals had reported strange sightings. The divers hoped to find traces of ancient ruins or artifacts, but they soon found themselves in waters unlike any they'd encountered. According to the records, the divers noticed an unnatural chill as they descended. The water grew darker, and strange shapes appeared below, like shadows of structures or temples. Some reported hearing a faint hum over their radios, almost like distant chanting, but the voices faded whenever they tried to focus on them. One diver claimed he felt a hand on his shoulder, but when he turned, no one was there. Then, something unthinkable happened. Two of the divers disappeared without a trace. The others searched frantically, but there was no sign of them. When the remaining team resurfaced, they were shaken, pale, unable to explain what had happened. They left the expedition unfinished, convinced that something had gone wrong, that maybe the ocean itself didn't want them there. To this day, those two divers were never found, and locals say the waters around that area are cursed. Even those who make it back report being haunted by their experiences. Some claim to have seen glimpses of statues or ancient temples in their dreams, as if the ocean had shown them something they weren't meant to see. They wake up in cold sweats, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. For some, the visions don't stop. They report hearing chants, feeling chills, and seeing shadows long after they've returned to shore. In recent years, a few mysterious artifacts have been discovered along the coast of Tamil Nadu, washed up after storms, or found tangled in fishermen's nets. These items are unlike anything seen in the region. One of the most intriguing discoveries was a stone tablet, covered in strange markings that no one could translate. The tablet, worn and cracked, has symbols that some say are similar to ancient Tamil script, while others argue it's something entirely different, something older. Locals believe these objects hold a dark power. Fishermen tell stories of cursed artifacts that bring bad luck, claiming that those who keep them become haunted by visions of underwater cities or suffer misfortunes. One fisherman found a small stone idol tangled in his net, with an unsettling expression on its face, almost like it was alive. He took it home out of curiosity, but that night he was plagued by nightmares of temples filled with chanting and strange lights. The next day, he returned it to the ocean, hoping to rid himself of whatever presence he had disturbed. Some scholars speculate these relics are remnants of Kumari Kandam, left as warnings. But others are convinced that these objects contain fragments of knowledge from an ancient civilization, pieces of an advanced society lost to the ocean, waiting to be understood. The mystery of Kumari Kandam isn't isolated. Around the world, stories of lost lands have captivated people for centuries. From Atlantis to Lemuria, tales of sunken continents and lost civilizations seem to emerge from every culture. But what's fascinating is the eerie similarity in these stories: catastrophic floods, divine punishment, and civilizations disappearing overnight. Some researchers believe Kumari Kandam could be part of a larger network of ancient civilizations, a piece of a lost world that connected Asia, Africa, and Oceania. One theory suggests that Kumari Kandam might have shared trade routes or knowledge with other ancient civilizations, including Mesopotamia or Egypt. This theory is partly supported by unusual linguistic similarities found between Tamil and indigenous African languages, hinting at a possible ancient connection. Could it be that Kumari Kandam was a bridge, linking continents and sharing knowledge that was lost when the waters rose? But Kumari Kandam's legacy might not be over. According to ancient Tamil prophecies, Kumari Kandam is destined to return one day. These prophecies say that the land will rise again, either as a haven in times of chaos or as a form of divine judgment. Some Tamil texts hint at omens, signs that will signal the rebirth of Kumari Kandam. Over the past few years, villagers have reported unusual phenomena: strange tidal patterns, rare fish washing ashore, and even mysterious lights seen far out at sea. Some believe these are signs that Kumari Kandam is awakening, preparing to reveal itself once more. Kumari Kandam has gained a reputation not just as a lost continent, but as a haunted one. Paranormal enthusiasts argue that the land wasn't just swallowed by the sea, it's guarded by spirits, cursed to remain hidden from those who would disturb it. This theory suggests that the souls of Kumari Kandam's people are trapped beneath the waves, protecting their knowledge and punishing those who try to uncover it. Locals speak of an area in the ocean known as the Cursed Waters. Fishermen avoid this spot, claiming that those who venture too close hear voices calling them deeper, urging them to abandon their boats and sink beneath the waves. Some say that at night, if you listen closely, you can hear chanting carried on the wind, faint but unmistakable. Divers who have explored this area report unsettling experiences, hearing whispers, feeling as though they're being watched, or even seeing figures out of the corner of their eye. One diver claimed to have seen a shadowy figure standing on the ocean floor, staring up at him with hollow eyes, only to vanish the moment he blinked. Skeptics dismiss these as hallucinations or tricks of the water, but those who have experienced it are convinced it's something more. When news of the fishermen's experiences reached the scientific community, a team of archaeologists and marine researchers decided to investigate. They arrived in the coastal village with underwater equipment, prepared to explore the depths and see if there was any truth to the claims. The researchers were skeptical, attributing the fishermen's visions to overactive imaginations, or perhaps bioluminescent sea creatures causing the glow. But as they began their descent into the ocean, their skepticism was challenged. Using advanced sonar and underwater cameras, the team mapped the ocean floor, hoping to find traces of the rumored ruins. The sonar readings revealed unusual structures beneath layers of sediment, formations that didn't appear natural. As they moved deeper, the divers reported feeling an inexplicable sense of unease. Some described a distinct chill in the water, as though they were entering a different realm. Finally, they reached the depths where the fishermen had seen the glow, and their lights illuminated a sight they would never forget. Beneath the sand and coral lay what appeared to be the remains of an ancient temple, half buried but undeniably man-made. Pillars with intricate carvings, walls adorned with symbols, and even statues, their expressions frozen in time, stared back at the divers. One of the statues bore a striking resemblance to the idol that the fishermen had caught in their net. The divers documented everything, collecting samples and taking photographs, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. They heard strange noises over their radios, faint but persistent, resembling whispered voices or chants. Some divers claimed they felt a presence behind them, but when they turned, nothing was there. The scientific community offered several theories to explain what the team had found. Some suggested that these underwater structures were remnants of a lost coastal city, one that could have belonged to an ancient Tamil kingdom. Rising sea levels or natural disasters might have submerged it over thousands of years, preserving the ruins under layers of ocean sediment. Others speculated that these findings could be linked to the legend of Kumari Kandam, hinting that perhaps the continent was real after all. But not everyone believed the scientific explanations. Some claimed that the strange sounds and visions reported by the divers were signs of something supernatural, that the ruins were cursed or protected by spirits of the ancient civilization. According to these theories, the people of Kumari Kandam had possessed powerful knowledge, and their fall from grace had invoked divine punishment. Now, the spirits of the lost continent guarded their knowledge, warning off any intruders who dared disturb their rest. The story of Kumari Kandam remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Despite the evidence gathered by researchers and the tales of local fishermen, no one can say for sure if Kumari Kandam truly existed, if it was as advanced and powerful as the legends claim, or if it was lost in a single, catastrophic moment. All we know is that the ocean holds secrets that may never be uncovered, mysteries that may be meant to stay hidden. Kumari Kandam serves as a reminder of the fragility of human civilization. If such an advanced society could vanish overnight, what does that say about our own world today? Perhaps Kumari Kandam is more than just a lost continent. Perhaps it's a warning, a story that reminds us of the power of nature, of the need to respect our world and the knowledge we hold. For the Tamil people, Kumari Kandam is a symbol of their heritage, an ancestral homeland that lives on in their hearts. Its legacy is woven into their language, their art, and their culture. It's a story of resilience, a reminder of a civilization that has withstood the tests of time and continues to inspire people across the world. As we leave this story behind, think about what might still be hidden beneath the waves. Are there other lost civilizations waiting to be uncovered, other secrets of the past that could change everything we know about human history? Perhaps one day, Kumari Kandam will be found, and we'll unlock the mysteries it holds. But until then, it remains one of history's most tantalizing puzzles, a legend that captures our imagination and keeps us looking to the ocean, wondering what lies beneath. The legend of Kumari Kandam leaves us with more questions than answers. Was it an advanced civilization that thrived and fell before recorded history? Or is it a powerful myth, a story that reflects the human need to remember and honor our past? The ocean holds its secrets tightly, and maybe some things are meant to remain mysteries. Kumari Kandam's story reminds us of the fragility of human civilization. If such a powerful society could vanish, what does that mean for us today? Is Kumari Kandam more than a lost land? Could it be a warning about the balance of nature, a reminder that knowledge and power must be respected? Some believe the story of Kumari Kandam isn't over, that one day the land will rise again, revealing its secrets to a new generation. Will we be ready to understand it, or will we find ourselves overwhelmed by a world we've only seen in myths? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mystery of Kumari Kandam. If you're as fascinated by ancient mysteries and hidden histories as we are, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Together, we'll continue exploring the secrets of the past, one story at a time. Who knows? The next mystery might be even closer than you think.